So today I'm going to show you how to set up a new Facebook page if you don't already have one for your small business. You need to go to a browser and put the following URL in. I'll actually put a link to it so you can just copy and paste. Basically it's facebook.com/pages/create, and that's going to bring you up to this page here. And then the first thing you need to do is choose a business type. If you're watching this, you probably have a small or a local business, and if you have a physical address, a bricks and mortar location, then you definitely should choose local business or place, because that will give you the opportunity to promote your business location as well later on. So let's go ahead and do this now. Why don't we set up a bookstore today, just as an example. So once we've chosen the business type, we need to choose a category. Let's go with bookstore. I'm going to call this the Adventurers Bookstore. I'm going to make up a street address. I hope it works. And I'll make up a telephone number. And let's click Get Started. So it's immediately brought us up to a new kind of page template layout. It's not live yet, it's not published, so don't worry too much. And there's some few helpful steps here that Facebook gives us that we can go through. So let's take them one by one. First of all, let's click here and add a profile picture. This is going to go here, so this should be a square, and ideally it's going to be your logo. I've already created some artwork for this, but I'm going to add some videos in a later session so that you can create these yourself if you don't already have them. So I'm going to choose my logo that I created earlier. It's a bit big, so need to make that a bit smaller to fit in. That's my logo. What's useful about adding your logo in there, especially if it's a text logo, is every time you comment on anything in Facebook as your page, that's going to show up. So it's a really good idea if your logo reflects your business name and your page name. That's something to keep in mind. So now you can see that our logo is showing up here. The next thing we're going to do, following these steps that Facebook's very usefully given us here, is add a cover photo. Again, I've already created one of these ready to upload, but I will show you in another video how to do that yourself. And there we have. You can change the position of that if you need to, but I created artwork that was suited for this purpose, so it's ready to go. Good. The next thing to do is to choose a username for your page. This is actually really important, and you need to spend some time thinking about this. And if you're not sure about what to do yet with this, then leave it for now. The most important thing is that you try to make sure your username is the same as your business name. You want to run it through what we call the radio test. It's the same as when you're choosing a URL for your website. Is this name going to be easy to give somebody? So I want to use the Adventurers Bookstore, and I want to hope, let me just check, no, that's not quite spelled correctly. I want to hope that that's available and that nobody has already taken it. That's perfect name, because that would match my business name. If I had a website for this pretend business, I would make sure that it was www.theadventurersbookstore.com. It's the same as my page name, and I would try and make sure that all of my other social media accounts match that. And that's really important to try and do that. So let's see if we can create the username. And that's done. And as it's showing you there, that's also going to give you what we call a vanity URL. So sometimes you might see these pages that have, back in the day it would have been the Adventurers Bookstore /247083342. Now that's going to be just nice and neat and just be facebook.com/theadventurousbookstore.com. And they've actually now created these little mini URLs as well, so they're making that even easier for us to share with people. So that's great. And the final thing we're going to do to set up the page today is add a short description of the page. And this is quite important as well, because this is what people see immediately when they see your page. So I haven't got any prepared text for this, so let's try and do this together. You want to try and think of the most important way to describe your business in this particular text. Bookstore is a travel bookstore and coffee shop for those that love to travel and dream of new adventures. That will do for now. We can come back and embellish that later. But for the moment, we have the basics of a good Facebook page already set up. And in a later video, I'm going to show you how to fill that out completely and make it the best it can possibly be before we make it live.